ゃあ、明けましておめでとうございます。本年もよろしくお願いいたします。
Hi, Happy New Year! To start the new year, I plan ahead. Most of the preparations are done in December. To plan ahead, I bought a schedule book for the coming year. I filmed all the preparations and the celebrations, and I decided to make a vlog out of it. It ended up being 12 hours of clips, and I managed to cut it down to about a tenth. As always, I write the recipes down below so that you can recreate the Japanese New Year customs or the feast whenever you want to. But here I don't have time to explain the process in detail, just like my shorts, so I will rather ramble about the customs of New Year celebrations in Japan. First of all, the New Year feast we eat on the 1st of January. It is called Osachi ryori. Do you know what it is for? Wait, now I'm curious what a Christmas dinner is for. Is it to offer it to Jesus Christ? I don't think Osachi is for offering it to the gods. It's more of a custom that evolved from daily life, and not as religious as Christmas. But if you visit the shrine, even though most people are not followers of Shintoism, well, I have a few things to say about a relationship between religion and the Japanese, but I'll try to keep on track this time. The tradition of Osachi goes back centuries to the Heian period, which started in 794 up until 1185. In the past, the food was made to the gods. So this was at a time when there was something to do with gods. Special dishes were offered to various deities. So special dishes were offered to various deities and also eaten by members of courtly society on a special day, say Ichi, which marks the beginning of the new year. Over the centuries, these traditions made their way to the rest of society, and by the Edo period, which is from 1603 to 1868, they were being practiced commonly around Japan. They combined with other beliefs, notably that on the first day of the new year, any kind of work, including cooking, was to be avoided. There are two competing theories as to why this was the case. One was that the gods shouldn't be disturbed by the sounds of cooking on the first days of the year, and the other is simply that the beginning of the year was meant to be a time of rest when everyone, particularly the women of the household, who did most of the work around home in those days, could enjoy a well-deserved break. The latter was what I had been told. You see, if you were only passed on the latter information, it really has nothing to do with religious events. But it does have something to do with religious activities. How you eat osechi depends on your family. Some start eating it on New Year's Eve when they eat soba noodles, while they think it's a little too early for that. Most start eating it on the morning of the 1st of January. We eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because we are not supposed to cook, and that's the main reason we eat osechi today. But the rules are not so strict. Some people eat out or happen to eat out when they visit shrines or when they go shopping to buy their lucky bags. the secret bags sold out New Year. Although many shops reveal the contents of these bags these days, we're not supposed to know what is inside. I haven't bought one yet this year, but I used to be very excited for it when I was a kid, and I used to buy a bag from clothing or fancy stores. A fancy store is Japanese English, and I don't think it's what you just imagined. They target young people as young as those who are still in kindergarten up to junior high school. They sell cute stationery, accessories, bags like that. Those that are made for kids, and stuffed toys. Basically, it's like Claire's in the West, but with the design of some cute characters, national anime characters like Doraemon, Pokemon, Sumiko Kurashi, or Rilakkuma. This is the fancy store. Okay, not a luxury shop. Let's get back to the subject of Osachi. Osachi is not necessarily homemade. This is my second year of homemade Osachi. Before that, we used to pre-order the whole meal in the shops, which came in special boxes. So supermarkets sell the pre-made dishes separately, so some families buy them and transfer them to plates at home. Since I made it for the first time the year before the last year, I strictly followed the traditional recipes, but I didn't get satisfied with the outcome. So this year, I changed some of the recipes to fit in my liking, my taste. So change the recipe to my taste. It was successful, and I loved how they turned out this time. Some families find the traditional osechi unpalatable, so they include things that are not traditional at all, but feels a bit festive, like roast beef, crab gratin, French style terrine. Is it terrine? Yeah, and so on. Luckily, my family and I like the taste of traditional menus, so I didn't have to cook these kinds of dishes. Each of these traditional dishes has a meaning. They either relate to the name of the dish in Japanese or to its appearance or other special characteristics. As for the meanings, I put a link where you can read it in case you are wondering what the dishes I cooked this time mean.
もっと後ろ見てる。
色を見て、もうお餅入ってるやろ。
もうお餅やわらかい。
じゃあ、
明けま
しておめでとうございま。
ますす。
本年もよろしくお願いいたします。
On the 2nd of January, my relatives visited our house, so we shared some moments together. We had a big wagyu. We cut it into pieces and scattered them onto a hot grill plate. We used Uber Eats for the first time to get us dinner. I love New Year's Day. Thank you for watching my video. For whoever made it to the last. I hope 2022 will bring some luck to you and the precious people around you. Maybe see you in my next video. Bye.